Thank you for joining me, Wild Ones, in part 2 of the Amara Hours Claim review. Gold is tricky. I used to think you had to go miles back to find a nugget, and until I recently found this little nugget you see in this picture on the Hours Claim, I was just proven wrong. So come with me on this adventure and I'll show you how I found this little nugget within throwing range of my car. And along the way I'm going to share with you a couple of little secrets I've picked up that give me a slight advantage in getting gold when I go to these heavily worked areas. And I hope you find that useful. So come on, let's go check it out. So this video is showing me doing the workings around this compression zone. We think it's greenstone and shale, and basically this is where I've been finding that big nugget that I just spoke about, and this is within throwing range of the car. So I didn't have to use a metal detector or anything, and now I'm just finishing the job. So let's continue. Comes out and then break some up with the heavy bar. It's difficult to get it all, but I do my best. And then I hit it with a metal detector as well. So I mean, I think I get most of it. The fact that I get anything is amazing sometimes, to not just me but everybody. Okay, you see the roots protruding, so this is probably nothing really in here, but I just run it in case. Sometimes that gold is sitting on top for some weird reasons. And this is the crack right here that runs all the way along, and I'm interested in as well. So it actually is a lot of work. It's not much area. It just seems like a lot of work. It adds up when you're not a young guy. Here's a cobble right here, laying in there from the river action. Probably 6 feet up from the river. Just a nice junction. See that? How that border wall is in line with all this. So all the lines line up here. So I'll keep going. I was running the sluice box right down there at the second walk down, but the water's gotten a little weak. So here it is, all these junctions. I don't know if these are shale and greenstone or whatever they are. They're junctions. I dug out a pretty nice looking quartz vein right here that was right up downstream of these striations that are curved from pressure. But what got this all started was I was prospecting, and this big rock right here was up just a little bit even with this nub. So I worked this whole area and found some decent gold. Enough to work it and pound it and develop my strategy of vacuuming and such. And you can see all the little veinlets. They're not quartz veins, just a lot of junctions here. So I did find some rougher gold in there. So the question was it leaking off of these tailings off of the side runoff, and just washed it off? Or was it present in the bedrock? Because look at this. There's some serious iron staining. So that was the first working spot. A lot of these rocks down here are from me throwing down from up there, not knowing I was going to work over here. And then it ran out over there. So I came down here. This looks totally different from when I first started. It was all covered. And I just got lucky, really. Using my crevice tool right here. Not even a metal detector or anything, just my crevice tool here. I pulled out about a 2-gram nugget. And clearly people have gotten good gold here before. And it's in very close proximity to this thick vein, about a foot thick or so. So I've been scratching around here ever since. And I've gotten some more gold, nothing that sized, but enough to keep trying. And my metal detector is sounding off right underneath the crevicing tool, so I'm going to clean this up more and more and more. So that's the plan. And there's the Bauer vacuum from Harbor Freight. And I use a GMT from White's. It's my metal detector. You gotta have a heavy bar. I brought my pick. Haven't had to use it yet. My bag. There's a big battery. And here's the little bit of gold so far. Okay, it's right at my fingertip. Another flake over there. A couple flakes. Okay, wish me luck. This is the hours claim at Amra. And it's doing buckets. Look at this giant piece of ore here. Whoa, that's a big honker. That's a big one. It's got the green quartz and the, I think that's limonite. So, I don't know. A lot of loose gravel here, a lot of roots, and it's perpendicular to a side runoff with old workings. So those are the things in my favor. The things against me are it's right beside the parking lot. And it's covered in lead. But that might be a pro as well, because it dissuades people from working it. Okay, well, back to it. I'll get back to you when I get something, if I get something. So I had to keep him locked up from now on because he ran away last time and cost me a whole day and really ruined the whole trip. So the dog, both dogs are on lockdown. I'm getting some gold today. That's all there is to it. Okay, wish me luck. I'm gonna need it. Make sure there's nothing important below you. Scan for chispas and interesting rock. Potential ore. I just wanted to show you this is how we spend most of our time. Even the dredgers have to do a lot of this pitching rock. Don't kid yourself. It ain't glamorous. If you schedule your day right, you get up early enough or do it at night and not in the middle of the day, you get more for your effort. Last night I already pitched the giant stones out of here. And I cut up the poison ivy. So those are reasons why there might be gold here. Other people haven't done the work. And there's also a lot of metal targets everywhere on this claim. So I came in very first thing and used the metal detector and poked around, and I found that these veins have a hot signal. We're going to focus in on these veins, the hot signals, the previous holes dug by other people, and where I found the gold. So everything's going to come together right here in the next 2 days. So stick with me and I'll show you what we get step by step. But the point was pitching rocks.
noticed that this is the better tool than the pick lately. We're going to use the pick later to whale on things. Just like that, you use a big heavy bar, good gloves, do your prep work. And in my book, it leads to more gold.
I found up here on the high banks up above the creek, there's some tailing piles that may be leaking out some gold, or it may just be some gold that was missed in the bedrock, or it may be some gold that's just in between these contact zones. You see right here, all these cobbles is the remnants underneath there is a quartz vein that I dug out, and then I pulled the bigger cobbles out away and threw them down the hill. And that's really why I started this part of the video, was because I was thinking no matter what kind of mining you're doing, moving rocks, pitching rocks is pretty much what you're going to be doing most of the time at the beginning. So it's the prep work. And last night I came in and I made a trail and set up the sluice in the river. So I put in a little bit of prep work ahead of time. And that's really, if you're trying to learn how to do gold, those are some of the mundane details that people may not be talking about. But pitching rocks, typically when you come out, you want to look for the biggest rocks you can move. I was able to force these out of the way. They're decent sized, but I didn't use any leverage. And up in here, we're just across from the parking lot of the Hours Claim. And under those rocks I found two nice flakes, but they were really jagged, like they may have just come out of a vein that I crushed up on the bedrock. So my method is to come up here, clean up, do the prep work, get the poison ivy out of the way, get branches out of the way, set up the sluice last night down in the one or two available spots. And here I am on this big outcrop not far from the car. And I think my biggest advantage is this vacuum, the Bauer vacuum from Harbor Freight. It just allows me to pick up things that I couldn't otherwise, and maybe things that other people couldn't pick up with their fingertips or their little brushes and stuff. So I come up here and I get in the contact zones, I crush it up, I remove all the big debris, and then I by hand do buckets, and then I get it down to the smaller amount and I suck it up with a vacuum. So that's my method. I'm getting okay gold. It's better than nothing. You got to go back the creek a mile to get to the nuggets, in my experience. But hey, maybe today will prove me wrong. Wish me luck. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna show you a little secret. This is gonna start to change the game for people like me and that are out here scrounging and scratching at the bedrock. So this Bauer vacuum runs on a 5 amp hour lithium ion battery. It gives you about 20 minutes of really awesome suction, and then it takes about 2 hours to recharge it. So if you have a little solar charger, you can recharge this thing many times a day, or right off your marine battery. And I tell you what, it's working great. Off of a big marine battery, I got about 10 charges. Hansel, what do you think about all this?
Well, that wraps it up for me here at the AMRA Claim Hours. It's the easiest one to get to, and you can still get pretty good sized gold. It's changed my mind about having to walk miles and miles and miles back. So if you got dogs and kids and you just want to get some color, go to the AMRA Hours Claim, but certainly sign up and pay that $200 first. It goes to a great cause. Well, I thank you for making it this far with me on yet another video. I hope to do a lot more of these. So if you'll help me grow the channel and subscribe, every 10,000 subscribers I'm going to give away about $200 to $300 worth of gold, including everything you see here. So I appreciate you, and I just want to give it back in the spirit of Mr. Beast and Jeff Williams. So thanks again for your time, and we'll see you out there. Good luck.